In the last video review, I went over the hardware of the HD7 and the negatives about the phone, the hardware, and Windows Phone 7 in general. In this video review, I'll go over the positives of Windows Phone 7 and the HD7. So the first positive that I really like is in Internet Explorer, it'll always save your open tabs that you've had open. So you can go there and flip through what you had open, and if you restart your phone, it'll actually remember those open tabs, and when you restart it, it'll bring them back up for you. So they actually put a lot of thought into Internet Explorer right there. And Internet Explorer is generally really fast and snappy and a pleasure to use. Pinch to zoom is awesome, panning is awesome, typing things is awesome. It actually works really well. There's no flash yet, but if you download the YouTube app, you can at least watch most of the videos online. Email, it's really smooth, really fast. Replying to messages is easy. You have your unread emails there and your urgent emails. So it's really nice to use. There isn't any threading yet or universal inbox like I said in the negatives, but otherwise it's a joy to use. A Facebook integration, that's really nice, just having access to all your Facebook stuff right there. The contextual back button is extremely nice. Like if you're in your calculator there and then you open your calendar, and then you can go back and back again to your calculator and then calendar. So it remembers what you did, and it makes it really quick to use the phone. The voice commands for calling people are really nice. Like, call Andrew Bears.
Call Andrew Bears, mobile or home.
Those voice commands are really nice, and also for starting programs. Start Metro Stopwatch.
Starting Metro Stop.
Or for searching things. Find Papa John's.
Searching for Papa John's.
And while we're in here, we'll talk about the Bing web search, which is pretty nice. It pulls in your web results and you can swipe over for local results, and you can view it all on a map there. Pinch zoom is really nice. GPS works really well. You can read your reviews, hours about places. You can pin them to your start screen, and getting directions to a place is also really nice. The view for the directions are really nice. You can tap through them there and the map will pan with it, and it all works really well, and it's nice to use. Too bad it doesn't have GPS turn by turn yet, but that should be coming in a future update. Another thing in Internet Explorer that's super nice is if you're typing in a website, it'll bring up suggestions, like right there, or MSN, and it'll actually suggest URLs down there for websites. And you can also search for things on a web page. If you go here and you find something on page like and it'll highlight all the ones that have the word that you search for in. Or if you want to search for a word that you don't understand, say, you can actually just tap on a word and search for it. Like that. You can click the word and then click search, and it'll search it in your search engine and bring it up. The keyboard is really nice. I love the keyboard actually. I used to have a slide out keyboard on my phone, but this keyboard works really well. And as you can see, I spelled that wrong, but you can just click there. And if you misspelled something there, or you wanted to change the spelling of that word, it's, you can just click it and then click to change it. So one thing about alarms on the phone, when you wake up, if you set the alarm, it'll start to ring really low volume, but then it'll gradually get louder, so it like slowly wakes you up. So don't be worried when you first try out the alarm and in the first like 20 seconds of it ringing it's really low pitched, because it'll keep on increasing in volume and get louder as time goes on. Usually within like a minute it'll be at its loudest volume. Pinning things to the start screen is actually pretty nice, and the live tiles, they do work pretty well. There's not too many third-party applications that use them yet, but for your email and everything they're really nice. And you can pin things like playlists to your music right there, which is really useful, because if I get in the car and I want to start playing music, I can just click there and it'll play my playlist. So that's really nice, and just overall the phone is extremely snappy, which makes it a joy to use. And Netflix on the phone, that's really nice actually. The video quality of those videos over 3G is actually really good on Netflix. You could actually watch a movie on it. And the kickstand, I've actually found the kickstand useful for when I'm watching a Netflix video or looking at a website or something like that. If you're looking at a website and trying to scroll down, that's kind of tough, because if you push too hard you might tip over the phone, but it's nice if you're reading a long paragraph. And the camera's flash is super bright. I'll show you a picture that I took of my house when it was completely pitch black in the room. So that room was completely dark and the flash illuminated it that much. That's pretty good. I also took another picture like that of this room, which was also completely dark, and the flash illuminated all of that. So that's really impressive. And there's also a start flashlight.
Starting flashlight.
There's a flashlight program, and you can actually use this as a flashlight. It's incredibly bright. And the camcorder, when you're recording in daylight, the recording is actually really, really good. You always have to remember to change it to 720p, otherwise it'll record at VGA. But when you record something at daylight, the quality is incredible. I uploaded a video sample of me recording at 720p. You should definitely watch it and you'll be impressed. The camcorder is really good. At nighttime it's not that good though, as I said in the negatives. And having Zune on your phone is really nice if you have a Zune pass. I absolutely love it. Just having all my music right here. It's really quick, really nice to use. It's definitely one of the highlights of the device for me. And then at nighttime, when you connect your phone to charge it, and you have your Wi-Fi turned on and your Zune is set up to sync wirelessly with the device, it'll synchronize your music wirelessly and your pictures and your videos and synchronize those back to your computer or to your phone, all wirelessly, so you don't have to think about it. And I already went over Bing Maps some, but for the United States, Bing Maps is really awesome. I know for other countries like Europe and stuff, Bing Maps is apparently lacking in, and it's not that great, but for the US, it's definitely really nice. It's a smooth experience, searches are really accurate, everything works well. You can search for a movie, and their voice searches works really well. Like if we search for Due Date, that's a movie that came out a little while ago, and you search for that. Oops. We actually should be in the Bing application if we're searching for movies. Due Date. There isn't any picture search in the Bing application yet, which is a bit disappointing. But as you can see, if you search for a movie, it'll give you the results for all the theaters that have it near you. And you can click on those, and then it'll just take you to MSN Mobile, which has movies. And then just also, I really love the live tiles here. It actually does help you keep track of everything, and it's a really nice way of handling notifications. And the lock screen is also really nice. It shows your next calendar appointment, and if you have any new text messages, emails, voicemails, they'll show up right there, missed calls, and it shows you if you have an alarm set. It's a really nice lock screen. It's very functional and quick, speedy to use. You can set the background image to whatever you want. It's really nice. Oh, and the last thing, I set the background to my phone to white instead of black. You can, of course, change it to whatever you like, but I found that the white background is easier to see in the daylight on the HD7. And the HD7 is just a LCD screen, not an AMO LED. So using a white background is no different than using a black background. It'll use the same amount of battery, nevertheless. And so you can change your theme there, like if you want purple, you can change it there and then go back, see how it looks. This is an example of how nice the contextual back button is. Just click back, and then you can change it to different thing. Try that out. If you don't like it, go back. Works really well. And that is my review of the T-Mobile HD7. Overall, it's a really nice phone. I recommend getting the spec case for it. This case. It's really good, and it lets you use the phone while keeping it safe, and it leaves all your ports open, like the microphone port and everything down there, and fits really snugly and makes the buttons easier to press. I also recommend getting one of the anti-smear screen protectors, because it'll keep scratches off your screen, and it actually keeps the fingerprints off your screen really well. Because otherwise you get a really smeared up phone screen, which is ugly. But anti-smear screen protectors actually work. You can get both of those at your T-Mobile USA store. Just go in there and look for the ones that show the HD7 on the front. And that is everything. If you have any questions about the phone, you can write me on YouTube or at the Wingster, www.thewingster.com. I'll be happy to answer your questions or film any other videos of things that you want to see. And I hope you enjoyed these video reviews. Check out the following video reviews about specific things like messaging, mail, marketplace, Zune, Internet Explorer, pictures, and everything else. I cover everything in amazing detail. So check those out, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you get a Windows Phone 7 someday.